This is 4.5, real world problems using linear equations. So we're going to use that slope and y-intercept in context of real world problems. Explaining slope and y-intercept. We learned last year y equals kx, where k is the constant value that represents a direct proportion. When there is a constant variation between two variables, like x and y, the relationship between the two quantities is a linear relationship. The relationship can be represented on a coordinate plane as a line. You can use an equation in the form of y equals mx plus b, that slope-intercept form or function form, where m is the slope and b is the y-intercept, to graph a linear relationship. So here's the first example, and your copy isn't as good, I don't think, as this copy here on the smartboard. So looking at the smartboard, it might help you. A swimming pool, when full, holds a certain amount of water. When the drain is opened, the amount of water in the pool drains out at a constant rate. The graph shows the amount of water, y, in gallons, in the pool x hours after the drain is opened. So yes, it is a decreasing linear relationship. Water is decreasing over time. And I can see one of the points here would be, for instance, after 50 hours, there were now 548,000 gallons still left in the pool. After 100 hours, there were 448,000 gallons in the pool. Using the graph on the previous page, find the vertical intercept of the graph and explain what information it gives you about this situation. So let's go back to the graph. And the graph shows us the y-intercept. Here it is. The y-intercept B is 648,000 gallons. This is the number of gallons of water in the pool when it is full. So I'm going to write that in there. This is the 648,000 is the number of gallons of water in the pool when it is full. So that's B equals that 648,000 gallons. That should say gallons. This is the number of gallons of water in the pool when it is full. Find the slope of the graph and explain what it means for this problem. Well, I chose two points, and again, I could use the points that I showed you, or I could use this first point, and I could go all the way down here and use this point. So I'm going to use the start point when it's full, and after 200 hours. I'm going to use those 2 points. So finding my slope. Again, I could use any 2 points. Find the slope of the graph and explain what it means for this problem. So 648,000 gallons minus that 248,000, see why I chose those points, is 0 minus 200. So delta y over delta x, m equals. So my slope is 400,000 over 200, negative 200, 400,000 over negative 200, which equals negative 2,000 over 1. That's my slope. Write the equation of the line in slope-intercept form. So y equals negative 2,000 x, so down 2,000 gallons x, plus my y-intercept, we already found that, 648,000. So that's the equation of that line. The next example. Jeanette rents a bike while visiting a city. She pays $7 per hour to rent the bike. $7 per hour. That's the rate at which for each hour it costs. So that's the unit rate. That's your slope. That's m. That's the constant of proportionality. She also pays $8 to rent a baby seat for the bike. That $8, that's the y-intercept here. The graph shows her total cost, y dollars, after X hours. Find the vertical intercept of the graph. What information does it tell you? So B is 8. It is the $8 to rent the baby seat. So she had a cost right from the start because she rented the baby seat. What is the slope and what information does it give you? Well, I know what the slope is because they gave me the unit rate, that it's $7 per hour. So I know M equals 7. I could have also figured that out with a couple nice, easy to read points, like 3.5, 32, and 0.8. And yes, I would get that slope of 7. So 7 is the rental cost of the bike. It's $7 per hour. It's the unit rate. It's the rental cost. The next question. Joanne and Chris are salespeople. Each of them earns a fixed monthly salary. They also earn an additional percent of the amount in dollars that they sell that match that month. So the total monthly amount, y dollars, each salesperson earns depends on how much in X dollars he or she sells. So it's a dependent relationship. It's a linear relationship. So first question here says, find the fixed monthly salary for each person. What is it per month? Well, for Joanne, the fixed monthly salary, as we can see, Joanne's this upper line. Her fixed monthly salary, Joanne, she earns $2,500. And Chris earns, this is Chris's line here, earns $1,500 as a fixed salary. Both Joanne and Chris earn a percent of commission. Who earns more commission? Who earns more commission? Well, the commission rate is the slope, as it says here. The commission is the change in the total earnings over the change in the total sales. So the change in the total earnings over the change in the total sales. So it's the slope. It's the M. This is M. The percent would be times 100. So both Joanne and Chris earn a percent commission. So since that commission is the slope, Chris's line is steeper. Chris's line, don't have to put that S. Chris's line is steeper, so he must have a higher rate of commission. So Chris, he or she, earns a higher rate of commission. Find each person's commission. So Joanne, M equals delta Y over delta X. This would be 2,750 for the Y, and the X is 5. So I'm going to use these 2 points for Joanne and these 2 points for Chris. And this is 2.5. Or I could use 5 as well. No, I'll use this one. Okay, so Joanne, 2,750 delta Y minus the 2,500 is sales in the thousands, so it's not 5, it's 5,000. 5,000 minus 0. So Joanne is 250 over 5,000, which is the same thing as 1/20th, and when I multiply that by 100%, right, I'm going to get 5%. I'm trying to figure out the percent, the rate of commission, so Joanne earns a 5% commission rate. Chris, M equals delta Y over delta X. 2,000 minus 1,500, delta Y over delta X. 2,500, 2.5, right? The times 1,000 would be 2,500 minus 0. So Chris is 500, difference of the Y's over the difference of the X's, which is a 1/5 times 100, that's 20%. So yes, I was right. Chris's line was steeper. Chris is earning a higher rate of commission. Next question. Both Zach and Joy are salespeople. Each of them earns a fixed weekly salary and a percent commission based on the total sales he or she makes in a week. The graph shows the total earnings, E in dollars, each person can make in 1 week based on the person's total sales, S dollars. Sales and earnings, total earnings in 1 week. And again, we have this little note that the unit rate is the change in the total earnings over the change in the total sales. So to find the rate, use that fraction and multiply by 100%. So find the fixed monthly salary for each person. Joy's fixed monthly income, and Zach. I think I'll write Zach over here. So the fixed monthly income is their Y-intercepts. Joy is 600 and Zach is 300. Both Zach and Joy earn a percent commission. Who earns more commission? Again, Zach is steeper. Same question, looks just like the one we just did. Zach is steeper. He has a steeper line. Steeper is Zach's line is steeper, or Zach is a steep, I should say, a steeper line. So he earns.
Please excuse this interruption for just a quick announcement. At this point, I'd like to hold a shelter-in-place drill. All students currently in their 8th period teachers' classrooms will follow the directions for a shelter-in-place until further notice from the TA. So shelter-in-place activity practice drill from this point until further notice. Thank you.
Well, that was a nice announcement. Shelter-in-place, so you all heard that. Okay. Find each person's commission. Joy, slope equals delta Y over delta X. So 800 minus 600 over 4,000 minus 0. She has 200 difference in her Y over 4,000 difference in her X. So 2/40ths, which is 1/20th, times 100%. So Joy is the 5% commission. Zach, M equals delta Y over delta X. Whoops, went up too far. Zach is 600 minus 300 delta Y over delta X, 4,000 minus 0. And he's 300 per every 4,000. 3/40ths times 100%, which would be 7.5%. commission. Last one. Brittany and Scarlett each have a coin bank. Brittany starts with a certain amount of money and adds money at regular intervals. Scarlett starts with a different amount of money and takes money out over time. The amount of money, Y dollars, in Scarlett's coin bank after X weeks is given by the equation Y equals negative 24X plus 120. That's Scarlett. The graph shows the amount of money in Brittany's coin bank after X weeks. So Scarlett's money is going down. Brittany's money, I can tell, is increasing. It's a positively sloped line. So find the vertical intercept of Brittany's graph and tell me what this information tells me. So B is 20. Brittany started with $20. Find the slope of Brittany's graph. Well, M equals delta Y over delta X, 120 minus 20 over 5 minus 0 would give me 100 over 5, which equals 20. She's adding $20 each week. Adding $20 per week, that's what it tells me. Is Brittany adding money at a faster rate, or is Scarlett taking out money at a faster rate? Brittany is adding $20, we know that. So let's figure Scarlett. Scarlett's Y equals negative 24X plus 120. So she's taking out $24 per 1 week. There's her slope. Her M is negative 24. So since 24 is greater than 20, Scarlett, right? 24 is greater than 20. Scarlett is taking out money faster than Brittany is adding. And we're going to do more problems like this in class.